比较遗憾一点，是落败了。
是的。
说实话，上一次看到中外对抗输了的时候，还是在上一次，去年的时候嘛，去年 AL。怎么说呢？就是今年确实让我们看到了非中国大陆赛区他们队伍的一些进步。
是的，是的。
AL 战队其实玩得非常的厉害，
出乎了一个我们的意料之中嘛。就本来是我们觉得我们的一个大陆赛区的一个普遍的职业战队，他们会更具有优势一些。但是我没有想到这个非大陆赛区的一个队伍也是实力非常的强劲。
没错，这边备战间可以看到，选手正在调整设备。
是，因为他们也是比较紧张嘛，毕竟来到了我们的线下。那这一场的话也是迎战，虽然说不是我们这个大陆赛队伍，但是因为有了刚刚
没错，也不敢。大陆赛区的队伍，
就是虽然说可能他们目前还没有一个职业化，但是他们的一个训练的成果确实是也是不容小视。
对，而且 B4U 这支队伍的话，作为欧美赛区出现的一支队伍啊，其实在线上赛的表现还是非常出彩的。他们队内的一些成员在配合或者说监管者的一个角色池上，其实已经是非常靠谱
跟XROCK 的话，角色池是有一点相互匹配，他们玩的角色是差不多的。
是的。
来看一下这边是 XROCK 他们的一个成员介绍，那么求生者北离，求生者山药药，求生者一茶，监管者阿福，监管者橙子，求生者蒹葭，求生者白猫。
是的，都是一些老面孔。
没错。
我们的 B4U 战队的话，监管者。监管求生者 Province， 求生者 Roland， 求生者 Smithy， 求生者 Posway， 求生者 Malik， 监管者 Duty。
对。就双方的一个人数啊，还有一个角色池，其实都是蛮匹配的。
对。
所以这一场的话，很有可能是
就感觉天差地别，看着就是特别的年轻，有激情那种。
没错，而且这次我们的一个服装嘛，大家可以看到，就特别有那种
运动员的那种很正式、很正规的那种入场状态。
也是这边是由 XROCK 他们的一个求生者率先出战。
是的，这里看到蒹葭，现场的妈妈们都停不下来了，有点控制不住了。
因为确实是，
今天也可以看到是 XROCK 的求生者先上场嘛。作为他们这个队伍的一个打法的话，确实让他们求生者先上场，优势会大一点。
对。因为他们的一个监管者的风格是非常多变的，
对，他们可以根据求生者在前面拿的一个分数来调整阿福他自己的一个作战方针。
没错，那今天的话也是由 XROCK 他们进行。
Hey guys, mic test, check. Okay, so I'll be trying to commentate and analyze live on the match between XROCK and B4U. So we have here, let's check it out. We're gonna have XROCK Survivor versus B4U Hunter. So we're gonna check it out on the first match here. Let me just put on some background.
先知机械前锋。
对，就因为打配合嘛，就辅助队伍里，像祭司的话他有预选，
是
这样的话是一茶先。
Why is it not working now?
他的一个轮机会进度呢有150.1，
Never mind。
是，对。他现在转了一个前锋，其实在队内发挥也还是蛮好的。
就他们是进行了，就两个人进行了一个角色位置的一个调换。
是的。
发现转换之前不太好啊，转换之前贼好。
但有一说一，其实长得也挺像的。
Oh, there we go. So this Billy, well, from my observation, I felt Billy is one of the more dangerous player, particularly his forward. So in my analysis and suggestion, I actually would suggest to ban his forward first. No doubt that some would argue that.
次数0.05，轮均救人次数0.67，对方角色前锋，
对他们两个人。能够牵制监管者就是3台的，
是而且他。
Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to set up on my stream because it's the first time doing it. Hope everything is alright. So this is SXY. I'm just gonna call him Sexy, man. He's one of the main rescuer mercenary, and sometimes he also plays as coordinator. And his coordinator is definitely one of the ones to spotlight, because as easy as it sounds, right, for coordinator to just press a button and just fire off the flare gun to stun the hunter, but in this top tier competitive meta, the hunter most of the time blocking the flare gun is an expected skill. So as easy as it may seem, it's actually one of the more difficult tasks to do, especially you want to make sure that you want to land the flare gun stun and without triggering the attack cancellation. So definitely one to look out for. Now move over to B4U's hunter, Sprinzer. Sprinzer is, well, without a doubt, he's one of the up and coming hunter player. Even got attention from the Chinese casters, in which saying, well, they're definitely having a lot of respect for him. From what I've observed, he's what do you call that? Bloody Queen. Who's the other one? Yeah, Sculptor, and also Robbie. Definitely wants to look out for, and he's definitely one of the hunters who can turn things around. Notwithstanding that B4U survivors, not that they are not good to say per se, but I felt definitely will be a challenge to put up against Afu. But we will come to that part later. Let's check my chat if there's anything. Alright, cool. Do more these here. So I think I'm just letting the players to warm up a bit. Same goes here as well. Let me warm up a little bit as well. A lot of fans in the audience. Too bad the pandemic is still going on. Otherwise, I felt this event would be quite a big one, because this is COA 4, meaning it's a 4th installation of the event, and Identity 5, as the year goes by, has becoming bigger and bigger. So definitely the player base, the audience base has also grown. And along with that, I have to say that the skill gap has gone closer. Previously, let's be honest, any EU or outside of mainland China teams, their skill gap is just too big. In which you want to compete against the mainland China team, the skill gap is there. It's very obvious that there are several levels behind. But that cannot be said anymore. What previously seemed as that non-China team may seem like easy picking, it's an easy team to beat, may not be the case anymore. Because even then, just then, we had such a turn of event in which AL team from Japan actually beat GR, the reigning champion COA, for the last 3 COAs. So you see, the skill set, right? The skill gap has been drawn closer over the years. So definitely in this case, XROCK and B4U, in my eyes and in my observation, I felt they are quite evenly matched. Hunter-wise, Sprinzer versus Afu, they are both very dominant in their role. They able to assess and gauge the situations during the game accordingly, and also plan for plays and counter plays to suit the win conditions. Likewise, for survivor teams, their survivor players, they are also quite well, in which for XROCK, YJJ, T, Sexy and Billy, they have their own roles, in which communication and arrangement in their games, as I've seen, still okay, still not bad, quite commendable. Whereas on B4U, Problem, what's the other guys, Schmidi, they have also been playing together for very long. I believe the team chemistry will definitely be there. And here we have Sprinzer. One thing I envy about Afu and Sprinzer, they are not only that they are capable, that they are still very young and definitely have a lot of potentials ahead of them. So right now, still waiting for the game to start. Okay, here comes a pick. So we see here Sprinzer banning Priestess. And picking out is a normal national lineup as expected. Seer, Mercenary, Mechanic and Forward. Yeah, as kind of expected. Let me write down Forward, Mech, Seer. Yeah, just as expected from my analysis on the dissection of the XROCK team. And despite for what I've said about Billy's forward, actually the most solid foundation of the team is actually T, who's playing Mechanic here. Now, as it usually goes, the one that is most solid, the one that is most stable is actually the most boring one, that you wouldn't see that it will be caught on camera, because they are the ones that's hiding behind the scene and rushing the game objective for the survivor team, which is reaching Cypher Pop, who is in the hands of Mechanic. So we see here Sprinzer picking Greenwich for the first game. Yeah, it's a typical setup. Map seems to be Ever Sleeping Town. Ever Sleeping Town. Okay, we're gonna head into match 1. So, looking at the survival lineup, right? Forward, Mechanic, Mercenary, Seer. The decode speed is kind of like slightly above average, in which Mechanic and Seer will definitely able to rush the ciphers. The lineup here, well, Sprinzer of course would more favorably, preferably would find Mechanic first for the first chase. Of course, it all depends on the spawn point and such. Even if finding Mercenary first, not too bad, because you can just force away the use of elbow pads. We can see, but most unlikely to chase Billy forward nor Mercenary first. YJJ Seer is also very commendable in providing Owl for protection. Now, of course, the best case scenario for Survivor is to Owl when the leech is going to hit the host, because that will trigger not only a hit block, but it will also remove the leech altogether. Okay, so seems like the game gonna start, so let's jump into it. XROCK versus B4U, with XROCK Survivor team, B4U Hunter with Sprinzer in the seat in Ever Sleeping Town. Okay, Sprinzer at this spawn point. Oh, finding Mechanic's bot first, but I don't think it's gonna hit, because if you hit right, then it will break the homing mode. So, but here I believe we're able to find Mechanic soon. But doesn't seem to. No, really decide to hit the bot. Okay, hitting the bot will reveal the position of Mechanic, now triggering homing mode. Now we see we see that Mechanic has already dropped another board in the graveyard. But now over coming to Seer. Seer is also a good target. Seer is also a good target. Now this may spell trouble for XROCK team because finding Seer, and yes, Doggo is already on the ready and will bite soon. Now because 2 pellets has been used, but Train is coming and it's gonna block. Oh man. But because there's still Owl and Seer has already drawn away, so it's gonna be quite a while before knockdown can occur. And outside we can see the Cypher progressing is quite fast. But Seer running into graveyard. If I'm not mistaken, Mechanic's board is here, and this will definitely disrupt the Cypher. Alright, both leeches are coming in, pressuring real good. I can't see if this is the leech or the follower. Definitely, probably to just wait it out. Putting Doggo here. Now this depends, because you see, right, the Cypher rush outside there is one Cypher is already done, and by the time Seer goes down here, then we're looking at 3 Cyphers done, and 3.5 Cyphers done. In fact, yep, down we can leech another one. The problem here is that for XROCK team, right, the progress Cypher is being disrupted here. So we see this actually would be in favor of Sprinzer, able to disrupt the Cypher rush from occurring. So we see, let's see how the XROCK team is going to arrange for rescue here. Are they going to rescue this one or not? Because let's look at it. I think they will still need to rescue. They need to rescue, and using Titaner to pull away from this progress Cypher one way or another. It's just whether the question of rescuing before half or not. Looking at the progress Cypher here, 3 Cyphers done. So actually, 1 Cypher at graveyard, another Cypher. They still need another full Cypher altogether. Oh, we see here Mercenary trying to steal the Cypher. The dog is good. The dog bite is good. So definitely we'll have to rescue before half already at this case, and it should be a double hit. It will be a double hit for Sprinzer here, but no, didn't go for double hit. That's right. Seer have to run away. Seer have to pull away as far as possible from graveyard, so that Mercenary able to complete the Cypher here. And Sprinzer is well aware of it, so trying to pick on Mercenary, maybe try to leech. Because YJJ has a leech on him, so he's not too worried about losing sight of him. So right here, yes, that's a good play. Dropping a leech on Mercenary to disrupt, but not sure if it able to mean much. Oh, didn't hit. Was the Cypher done? I think, yeah. No. The Cypher's not done. Cypher is not done. So right now, you see, charring back here and forward instant rescue. So this plan is the typical plan for rushing the Cypher already. Oh, Billy, yes, Billy able to block a hit. Now this hit would be quite significant because it will allow Seers to pull away further, and then forward still can come and stun the Hunter if need be. So here, charring Mercenary may will be questionable. In my eyes, it's questionable. But the problem right now lies in Mechanic, because 3 other survivors are fully injured and she no longer has a board. So Cypher Rush right now is definitely and heavily impacted. So we see that T is running in for rescue. That's good. Now Sprinzer averting his direction to Billy. Right now the entire survivor team is just running here and there. Now changing the downing Mechanic here may not necessarily be a good tempo gain here, because we see ultimately, right, the Cypher just left less than half, and T right here is a first chair. Mechanic is a first chair, and chairing here meaning this Cypher is already completed. It's meaningless to chair here, and therefore Sprinzer may not able to disrupt the outside Cypher. Okay, so there's two leeches outside on Mercenary, and no, only one outside here following Billy. So Billy, what he has to do is have to pull away the attention away from the prime Cypher, and Mercenary rushing in. Oh, that's down. The thing here is that despite all this that's going on, right, the cipher is still not disrupted. But we see here, Sprinzer is doing all that he can to provide maximum disruption, because you see, right, what he's doing good here as a Dream Witch is that you're controlling your girls here and there. You make it difficult for the survivor team to guess what exactly is your next move. This is the most important point, key point in playing Dream Witch. You have to multitask, you don't tunnel, you disrupt as much as possible, you keep the survivor team guessing. And you see here, Seer is already rushing the last cipher. It's on the last cipher already. So this is why I meant just now that even chairing a mercenary or chairing mechanic may not be a good point for Sprinzer here. And Sprinzer has already cut into blink. Okay, now we see the cipher. The cipher is pop ready, going to pop ready. So one survivor will definitely need to go to the gate. What Sprinzer need to do now is that see if the leech cooldown is done. She would have to max as much as possible. But we see the survivor team is also well aware. They also immediately try to prime the leech, whatever that's necessary. So we see here Seer is going to the far gate already, and here is at the graveyard gate. Drop hit. Yes, drop hit is good. Drop hit is good, but still need to chair this Seer, because Seer is there on chair. Seer is there on chair. So one here. But the gate is being opened. Gate is being opened. T is rushing to open gate, but T have a debuff. Can't open the gate much. And we see Seer at the end there is deleting already. Game set is still not necessarily the end yet. It's still very hard to say, because managed to get an owl out. So this would mean didn't get the body block. But we see here whether gate is open, because okay, the gate is open and detention time left about 1 minute, and everyone has been chat already. So chair mercenary, maybe the half chair time may still able to last through 50 seconds here because of the chair time buff. Right here, Billy can go through the graveyard gate. Billy is pulling the ball away, pulling the football away to here. Sprinzer have to come on. Where's dungeon? Dungeon is far side. Oh no, escape already. Yep. So overall, we see quite well played by the survival team here, in which you secure as much as possible, right, on the disruption. That was close, to be honest, in my opinion, that chairing at graveyard and disrupting the progress cipher was a very good tempo play by Sprinzer. But ultimately, because you see, right, the survival team is well aware of this, and they try their best to rescue and pull away. You saw that Seer, right, once rescued, he yeet as far as possible already, and mercenary try to pick what's left over of the cipher, which is about within less than 10%. But we also see Sprinzer is well aware of that also. He still stayed at graveyard and tried to find mercenary to leech. But we saw that in what Sprinzer tried to outsmart them, mercenary also outsmart his outsmart, in which he stayed actually at the far end of the graveyard, and that actually bought off quite some time for T to further continue the cipher rush outside. Overall, I would say it's quite expected. It's quite expected outcome of this game. Even though that despite that, finding mechanic first and dropping the hit on the board. Actually, in fact, yeah, dropping the hit on the board, I'm not sure whether that is a good decision or not. Because in my own experience playing as Dream Witch, once you hit the board, right, you're breaking the homing mode, and that would actually break quite your tempo for quite a bit. And we see that once you hit the board, we saw that Mac is already on the way to graveyard already. The game lasted about well, I can't see that, 8 minutes? Yeah, 8 minutes seems like normal, and Seer managed to kite. The kiting time here is actually quite above average. You see 94 seconds, 80 seconds, 107 seconds, and more than the normal typical 60 seconds for competitive arena. I felt would attribute this due to the changing in sharing target. But of course, not to fault Sprinzer on that, because in the game, right, you have to just counterplay accordingly as it seems. Because if let's say, right, in that situation that even though Cypher Pop, if you have managed to chair everyone at least once, especially Dream Witch with detention, and you have maximize the number of Witch as many as you can, that you can still secure a win despite being in the gate wall. Of course, in the competitive meta, the players, survival players, would also know accordingly on how to counterplay, because we see that just now everyone is gathering at the last cipher already. Everyone knows the cipher is prime, and once Sprinzer realized it, right, he already tried to position all his little girls outside accordingly, and he tried to leash. Also tried to leash another survivor, and we see also XROCK realizes this and immediately start to deleach, and that is what triggered Sprinzer to attack and to prompt for the pop, and that's where the gate wall happened. But despite all this being said, and then I felt Sprinzer still put up a respectable fight. So let's check it out. B4U here, B4U survivors. Definitely would want to. From my observation, okay, Afu, their hunter, is known as the protagonist of the XROCK team. Well, why protagonist? Because for so many rounds in that, when XROCK team is actually falling behind, he actually managed to secure 4K in consecutively to bring back the win to his team. So, well, as you know, a hero often comes in the 11th hour and save everyone. And for this case, his name is Afu. And here we have Smitty. Smitty is definitely one of the famous content creator for IDV, and he's also a very renowned seal player. Let's check out his stats. Containment time 65 seconds. Yeah, this, as I said, on average, right, for this competitive meta in this international level, as long as you're able to kite 60 seconds, is good enough already. It's very respectable already. Okay, so let's check it out. Let's see what's they gonna play. My leg is playing my mechanic. Yeah, as usual, mechanic. Of course, the containment time is not going to be long. So the decode 174% on average, which is quite good. Of course, 100% is a norm, is unexpected. You add on with your board and a total. Typically, you're looking at about 150% of a decode. So 174 means actually is pretty good. Roland here is a gravekeeper. 0.8 rescue per round. So this would mean that he's normally the secondary rescue of the team, and we see that his decode actually is quite high as well. So maybe for this one is what I would call as the central unit of the team, in which is usually the secondary of everything: secondary decode, secondary rescuer, secondary kiter. Here we have problems. The problem is his chosen stat here is Seer. Nice. Alright, so just let me write down the names first. Shmidi, Paul, Mike, and Roland, right? So let's see what Afu is going to play. Afu's map, one of the better performing map is definitely Ever Sleeping Town, and one of his better performing character is Sculptor. And coincidentally, his Sculptor in Ever Sleeping Town, as my memory recall, he has never lost before. And in fact, for most of his game, he actually managed to secure wins for this particular map. So definitely, let's see what he does. Because picking in BO1, picking Dream Witch is definitely not a surprise, not uncommon. But for Afu, picking Sculptor is also not a surprise neither. He's definitely one of the better Sculptor players that I've seen. In my analysis, my suggestion to B4U was actually to, if possible, just ban his sculptor and don't let it see the day of light. Because, in my point of view, Dream Witch, yes, Dream Witch is S-tier hunter and definitely very good. But if you have proper counterplay, there is a proper counterplay in terms of communication, healing, delige, fighting for the end game. There is a possible counterplay. But against Sculptor, you're at the mercy of the pilot, in which the accuracy of the statues. And for Afu, his statue rarely misses. So combine that with his placement of graveyard and noble statues, i.e. the full presence combined statues, he's a force to reckon with. So let's see if my observation here is correct. Let's check the chat also if everything's alright. Alright, I think all the teams are ready. Not to pardon me, despite for my in-depth analysis of XROCK team, I may not know that well for B4U team. Of course, I have seen they play before, and I have to say, right, their skill and their play actually has improved a lot over the years, and I honestly felt they able to put up a good fight against Afu here. So banning mechanic, Afu banning mechanic. So that's definitely an interesting ban, because usually I would expect you to ban priestess here. Now we see Schmidi bringing forward, yeah, not bad. Problem bringing Seer, yeah. Roland bringing mercenary, yeah, quite a normal pick. It's just that for this lineup, the decode speed may not be optimum, because, well, like it or not, mechanic got banned, and priestess also actually got a decode debuff of 10%. But the thing is, almost everyone here will be able to kite. Of course, Seer as usual being the weakest link. Chasing Seer here would be the optimal target here. A priestess is a nuisance in this map, because a portal able to travel through large chunk of obstacle using the real estate of the map. And also the long portal, because this map, Ever Sleeping map, is a medium to large size map. So a long portal may very well break the overall tempo of the hunter if placed well. Forward, Paul is Seer, my leg is Priest, Roland is Merce. Yep, Sculptor, as expected. So let's see if my prediction is correct. Because Afu Sculptor in this map, I really rarely see him lose. Probably will be bringing Blink, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, if bring Blink, he will be able to any target he will be able to chase. Be probably Blink, detention and what do you call that, trump card. But whether or not to pick Explorer in anticipation to counter Afu Sculptor for this BO1, I think it's a 50-50, you see, because there is a possibility of Afu picking Dream Witch, and in that case, Explorer is such a crutch against Dream Witch. So maybe picking this lineup, right, of picking Priestess, forward Seer and Mercenary. Yeah, I think this is the more stable lineup. Because one way or another, Priestess is still able to counter Sculptor if able to place the Portal well, so that under Graveyard's under effect of Graveyard, you still can use the Portal to dodge the statues. The important thing here is that once Afu plays the Graveyard, the player absolutely needs to respect Afu's statue placement. So don't be greedy. And especially Smitty, I know that in NAU people always joke about forward using the football to run away is called a Schmidi, but I say here that is the correct play. Schmidi, just pull a Schmidi if you need to. Don't conserve the football. So let's check it out. Afu here, bringing Blink. It should be a Blink, right? I didn't see that. Oh no, Quenching Effect. So bringing Quenching Effect, trump card. Okay, here we saw there's finding Seer first. Oh no, finding Seer first. It's such a good start, a very good start. But using both pellets here already. Pellets breaking speed seems normal. Oops. What's going on? Oops, sorry. I think not too sure. I can't see what's the trap. I believe should be Blink. Oh no, what's going on? Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I stopped my music for a while, but never mind. Let's see. Finding Paul first. I will still not use. 1 minute in. Yep, bringing teleport, quenching teleport to find Seer first. So, but we see that didn't even need to use that. Running to the corner house here using Owl. Okay, we see the cipher progress is pretty good. Oh no. Try to down at the corner house so that accident. Oh, that's maybe that was planned by Paul all in the start. Teleport to make sure chase still ongoing. To Priestess at the graveyard here. Oh, the portal got cancelled. And dropping one hit here. Would she go on the? Oh, didn't even manage to go on the train. Then to see what I meant about his statue placement. And Charing here disrupting the cipher. Smitty is up ahead. Smitty is being marked on wanted order, so no choice, has to move away. Afu trying to disrupt both cipher concurrently. Paul's already got healed, so Mercenary definitely will need to come and rescue from their side. Yep, graveyard placement. Try to rescue before half. Yeah, try to rescue before half. Because she would have her portals. I need to eat away. Sorry about that. Priestess running to the corner. We see here 4 ciphers remaining. Yeah, things are still looking quite on the parity here. 3 ciphers remaining. You know what they need to do right now, because ultimately the cipher here is still being disrupted. Now we see Schmidi instant rescue there. Pull. But the thing is, not sure if Priestess have enough portal to run away. Yes! Nice! That's a very nice stun, nice supporting stun from Schmidi. But if manage to portal away. Oh no, the train! The cursed train! Twice the train has been so disruptive to Afu. And Cypher we actually see here 1 remaining. They just need another 1 Cypher right now, about 10%, 15% left, and 1 more Cypher. Priestess is dead on chair. Priestess dead on chair. Problem trying to charge Owl here. So we see here, the Cypher is too close. So you see here, left only Roller Mercenary to decode on the outside for full cipher. But ultimately, we see here cipher here is still being guarded, still being disrupted. What happened just now? Priestess should have yeet away as far as possible from this corner, because she went to the corner of the graveyard, and which enables Afu to just re-chair her at the graveyard. Here we see that the graveyard cipher is still not completed, and that is, from my point of view, is pivotal to the game here. But here we see Paul able to charge up one owl already. But the thing is, you have owl against sculptor may not be a good thing, because you can't even use it. See, and see what I mean about Afu. You see that he's very well aware of the win condition here, in which is to secure the ciphers. He very well aware that mercenary is outside there trying to start another cipher, and yes, that's a good use of the football, because forward Schmidi have to run, definitely have to escape the range of the football. What Schmidi has to do now is actually to escape, pull as far as possible from graveyard, and right now we see that still able to chair the progress cipher at the graveyard here, and the prime cipher is at the graveyard here, and everyone outside is injured. It's not looking good for B4U here. I can't imagine what has to be done here. I would felt Paul would need to start another cipher outside, but I'm not sure if there's enough time, because Roland Mercenary has already used a tight turner. Even if rescue here, given the owl was good, but Schmidi, no, you have to just get as far as possible. Oh, could they rush the cipher? Could they rush the cipher? Maybe they rush the cipher. Yes, they rush the cipher. We're looking at the 3-man gate wall here. But Afu should have detention, because bring teleport first. But no one is at the gate. So probably here just able to drop a hit on Roland, then probably teleport over to the school gate. The terror shock. Gosh. So what happened here? You can chair here first, and maybe move over to the gate. No, what's going on? No.
秒你先知来回打一个速闪节奏，他可能觉得你前方改进了。
Sorry. So, okay, so just now chair mercenary, now looking back at the graveyard. They need definitely to rush the gate, but without a doubt, Afu would go back to the gate, and graveyard. Roland needs to be careful. Statues, there's actually not enough statue. Oh no! Could the gate open? No, down already. Billy right now, forward right now is right in the middle, and that's already seen the trail. So Afu here actually just need to camp and ensure a removal of Seer here, and really not much to be done. I think that's a 4K for Afu. But truth being said, I felt things are okay. Actually, they put out a quite good fight. We see in terms of the cipher rush, in terms of cipher progress and rescue, all were quite okay. And we also see that they also pay due respect to Afu's statue. It's just I felt the chairing at the graveyard ultimately is the turning point, in my opinion. Priestess just now, once the first rescue, should have just yeet as far as possible from graveyard. Then mercenary can complete the cipher. You see, ultimately a lot of the chairs is perusing the graveyard chair, and that has been such a crutch. Against. Is it raining? Oh, sorry, it's raining outside my house. Ultimately just a 4K, and we see here. But because mechanic has been banned, and in my opinion, definitely, I don't think they could even sell off Priestess on the first chair, because definitely the cipher progress is not enough. Rescue after half, maybe. But then again, this man's graveyard skill is not to be underestimated, and because also the change of chase target from seer move on to priestess actually also given given Heartful almost full presence already. So yeah. So we see here the major point difference right now is 5 points from here and 3 points, so we're looking at 8-1. With 7 points, lead by XROCK team. Next game is definitely will be an uphill battle. It's not gonna be easy. But what can we say? What can we say? Afu, despite being disrupted by the train twice, still managed to put up this result. That's why I say this man's sculptor is one to be feared. So we see, right, even just now Paul able to charge another owl at the middle of the game, right? And we see there's absolutely no chance for him to use the owl at all. Because Afu, if you don't fear him, he will punish you down into the ground. And we see just now Paul didn't even have the chance to use his owl. Another point that I like to highlight or analyze also was the point of time where mercenary come and rescue and owl was provided. I felt that one is also one another discussion point in which we saw just now, right? Once post rescue, right, mercenary and forward actually ran separate ways. And because Titaner has already been used, I felt mercenary should have body block as much as possible for forward. Once that happened, right, then they can get over to the cipher and rush for the pop. And then if it comes to a situation that I look at you, you look at me, then another person can go to the gate to ready for opening gate. So just now I think there's a miscommunication. We saw that forward really running into the graveyard, mercenary running back to the cipher. I felt they should have both just both yeet to the cipher, because the owl haven't end yet. The owl is still in effect. Yeah, this one, you see, the train, man. I think train here today is the hunter. This block is good. This block is definitely good because it enables. But yeah, this blink, man. This blink was good. Yeah. So just now, this is what B4U team should have done. You rescued, and then you just use the owl to block. And here, oh man, the accident, gosh. Which point was this? Yeah, another statue hit. This was a good stun. And this where I said was referring to just now that even if your owl, look at that, you have no chance to use because he already reached full presence, and you need to respect his statue's placement. Okay, so let's just take a break. Let me check the chat. Yeah, man, try his best. Okay lah, I think they're worth to be commended. They are worth to be commended. Would it be different if Explorer was big instead? In my opinion, maybe not. Maybe not necessarily. Maybe not necessarily. Because we see just now that Afu is already prepared. He brought quenching effect and teleport. He knows what he wants is here as his first chase. It's just so happened that he sweep in his initial sweep he straight away found here. And if let's say it was a case of instead of Priestess replaced with Explorer, I think it will still come to the same result. It was just wait for the quenching to kick in and then teleport over. Okay, let me just take a break here. I'll take a sip of water, man. I think they're alright. I think B4U did what they could really. Sprinzer particularly really did to the best of his capability. The survival teams here also did quite well. It wasn't a walkover. I felt it wasn't a walkover. I want to say like a no sweat fight for Alpha. I don't think so. Still managed to put up a fight against his sculptor. We see that they're still respecting the graveyard. Once the graveyard is put on them, they try to just create as much as distance as possible away already. It's just that the chairing Priestess going down at graveyard and continue to stay at graveyard should just eat away, in my opinion. Particularly with the Titanus still active. So let's look at BO2. BO2 will be Afu. Not sure who they ban. We need to check the map also. Well, at least, I think at the very least we didn't see any ping issues, right? Yeah, seems like the ping is quite well. So that is one problem out of the equation. So at least we still managed to see quite a fair fight across the board. And looks like going to get ready, yep.
留一个，结束了呀。
对，我们就没有梦想，就求稳。
对，
这样的话也是收益最大的嘛。
是。现在来到我们 C 约线下的话，其实跟之前的比赛就完全不一样，不能浪了。
对，
每个人任何人看到这分数在脸上，他是不可能去浪一下的。
像之前的话还有一个容错嘛，你想这到了我们的线下的话
，BO3
就淘汰了呀，
单淘
就溜了呀，那肯定是要稳住的。
是，
所以的话，对于他们来说，肯定现在怎么样打，怎么稳就怎么来。单局的话，我这个小分，你觉得很难翻身吗？
怎么追呢？
太难翻身了，
是真的难追，
对吧？你除非来一个4，你除非来一个4抓或者来个4跑，不然的话你都翻不回来呀。
对，而且他得4抓加4跑同时有，才有可能搬，
对，
才能搬回来一个大小分。
是的，那这样的话，其实对于这个 XROCK 他们现在心态上就会比较轻松。
对，是的。其实我发现阿福他这2手角色词真的。
女巫你第2局你是不能拿出来，你拿出来的话，你给他真的是空间太大。
B4U 也是搬掉了阿福。
ban Dream Beach。And for Afu, banning mechanic and forward. I think the sculptor was still coming out again. Map is Arms Factory, I think. Explorer, Wowling. Maybe expecting a sculptor again, so therefore Explorer is coming out. Schmidty Smurfs. Paul is a Seer. Alec is Explorer. And Roland is Wowling. Sculptor again. I'm not sure why B4U didn't ban Sculptor. I think this is gonna be their undoing. Because I'm not sure why they didn't ban. Why are they so afraid of Dream Witch? They already seen what Afu can do with his Sculptor in Ever Slipping Down. Maybe they underestimated him. I'm not sure, but I think this will be their undoing. This lineup, Mercenary, Seer, Explorer, Wowling. Of course, finding Explorer first will be the best. So I think definitely we'll need to look out for Quenching Teleport here. Well, let's look at how my leg able to put up the fight against Sculptor here. Hiding would be essential, and Arms Factory will be quite a good map for Explorer to hide around. Well, maybe this is why they let Sculptor out. But they definitely need to learn their mistake from the earlier game. If you got chat at the progress cipher, once rescue, you need to get as far as possible. Don't get chat at the progress cipher again. Let's check it out. No man's land. There's two up ahead in the shack. Yeah, so we'll be finding We're finding Schmidi first. No, that's not a good target. Yep. We know it's very obvious he would be up to find either Seer or Explorer first. And yeah, rightfully so. Quenching effect, teleport as expected. We found Seer? Yeah, found Seer already. So once again we see Afu knows which target is a good first target, and he knows which one to target first. And here might be confined space and detention. We're just bringing teleport. Yep, definitely. We saw confined space bringing brought there already. Don't walk. He cannot walk here. Yep. Got block. No, that's so dangerous, dude. And there's a basement here too. You just playing with fire here. Cipher progress outside is actually quite slow, if you see. Despite all the time. Oh no. Sharing time, downtime is definitely very fast here. We see the cipher progress outside. It's not even two of them. It's not even half. And we didn't. Explorer, I'm not sure if able to pick up any pages because we see no pages per use there also. Really, why are you so early? Oh my god. It's too early. Just one hit away from full presence and it will be a totally different ball game altogether. I felt Seer definitely have to get as far as possible because basement is here. But by going up ahead, I'm not sure if it will disrupt any ciphers around here or not, because here would share nearer to the middle of the map. Here we look at the 3 ciphers remaining. Explorer, there's a 1 passcode, and Schmidi is on half health here. Things are not looking good for B4U, my dudes. Dungeons in the middle. Oh no, mercenary got full hit. No, Valin shouldn't rescue. Valin cannot rescue here already. Valin cannot rescue. Should have just sell this here. Wait. Oh no. Mercenary is still on. Mercenary is down. Seer is dead on chair. Cipher is way behind. We're looking at a possible 3k at minimum here. 3 kill at minimum here. 3 survivors down with 3 ciphers remaining. 150%. Even if it done, we're still looking at a full 2 ciphers remaining. Teleport. Oh no. We got lag. Unfortunate. It was so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate. It's just a series of unfortunate events, guys. I felt. First thing first is that you have to ban his sculptor. You already know how capable he is with his statues. That's number 1. Number 2 is that in this lineup, you know for a fact that Seer and Explorer will be the weakest point here. I felt as the other two survivors, Wildling and Mercenary, actually would try to beat. So what you should do, they should actively find where is the hunter and just keep disrupting his Thanatos, especially with Wildling. You go find Sculptor, you bait him for a hit, and you keep reporting to the remaining 2 teammates, Seer and Explorer. Keep just tagging along with him, report where is he going to, disrupt his Thanatos, and then so that the other 2 weakest thing, right, can just go away. You come to a point that until quenching effect is released, activate, and perhaps then both Explorer and Seer needs to stay away from a cipher, and then they can start to cipher rush. Because this kind of early gameplay, right, is a very typical gameplay by Afu, especially against this kind of lineup. And time again, I've seen him doing this, and this is exactly what I've suggested to B4U. You ban the Sculptor, you'll be very aware of quenching effect, you'll be very aware of teleport, and if you are the weakest link, you need to be very careful. You cannot risk to be found first, and if at all the downtime is just too early, you sell, because Seer, right, Seer with the hour, right, is potentially give a 3 hit presence, and if someone come and rescue, he just need to hit the rescuer once and then hit the rescue another time, and that's full presence already. A full presence Sculptor is a totally different ball game altogether, because then at full presence, the noble statue, right, it represents a entirely different level of threat, because combined with graveyard, combined with his accuracy of his statues, now you need to respect Afu's threat, even if he's far away, even if he's camping, and even if he is nowhere to be found. You just need to be afraid. So I felt just now, despite all the earlier misplays, I felt another big misplay is Schmidi. I think he arrived way too soon. He arrived way too early. Maybe he was hoping that Afu was using graveyard to look away, and then come to hoping to come by to steal a rescue, but it got found out. And even if you managed to steal a rescue, it was way too early for a rescue. I felt what could have done is mercenary. You still have your elbow pads. Just keep the hunter in check. Trigger his Thanatos, but stay out of range. If he comes too close, just elbow pad away. Because you still have Explorer outside. Explorer, despite for his decode buff may not be as strong as others, he actually still represents quite a Cypherrush threat, in which he able to use his passcode to just quickly complete off whichever cipher, and this actually translates to better cipherage efficiency. But as it stands just now, before the game paused, we saw 3 survivors being knocked down already, and at if I'm not mistaken, 2 full ciphers remaining. Yeah, look at it, 2 full ciphers remaining. This we're looking at definitely looking at 3k at minimum here. Sharing Warling first. Well, Warling definitely not one worthy to be camped, and oh no, I think my leg also got cut off for connectivity issues. Maybe that explains why the cipher progress is so slow. So unfortunate. So unfortunate for something like this to happen. Yeah, definitely got cut off already, disconnected already. Unfortunate, but well, this is the Afu ignored him. Well, maybe just because we see already that Explorer is disconnected and can't move already. Well, might as well just hunt mercenary down and ensure a full secure 4k. Oh, I think Schmidi also got oh gosh, such a shame. This is what we feared, guys. This is exactly what we fear. We don't want to see any connectivity issues, and my leg is back. I think he's still lagging. We see his movement speed is a bit slow there, but it's simply too late. I'm sorry, but it's just how it is, dudes. It's the highest tier, highest level of competition. You just have to take what you're given, and definitely Afu is going to take the win here. It's a shame. 4 kill. Easy. It was an easy 4 kill. Now, easy not because of whatever misplay, but I felt it's just the connectivity issues here. I suspect that's the issue. I suspect it was a connectivity issue right from the start, because there's no way that the Cypher program is so slow. So right now we're looking at a 13 to 1, 13 points to 1. Sprinter need to get a 4K. At the very least need to get a 4K. Anything less and they're out. I feel that's just so regrettable, guys, because you fight so hard, you fight so hard within your region, you've played well, you've practiced well, and then you come to the international level, you want to put up a good fight, right? Of course, the best thing is you want to win the whole thing, right? But at the very least, you know you want to put up a good fight. But when you face with connectivity issues and you feel so helpless, I think what's important here is that they just need to maintain their composure. They need to compose themselves, particularly Sprinter. Maintain composure. Make sure what is the target here, which is 4 kills. Don't just go ahead and get it. Just go ahead and get it. Don't let the pressure of having to get the 4 kill get to the head. At the very least, Sprinter, just go and put on a show, man. Just put on a show. Perform the best that you can. Let's look at it. Decode 93%. Why is Explorer having decode 93%? Shouldn't he be digging passcodes? I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure what to make use of this data. What to do? I don't think there's much to be dissected for this game, other than B4U letting Afu Sculptor up yet again. That is, in my point of view, is the first question I will ask. Yeah, so let's look at the point difference here. We're looking at 13 to 1. 13 to 1. Before you, Sprinter needs to get a 4K. Sprinter needs to get a 4K. And then for game 3, they need to get another 4K, and Survivor need to at least 3 out to stand a chance at point parity. And that's quite a tall order, man. That's a tall order, dudes. You want to get a 3 out against Afu? Maybe BO3, maybe you ban the Sculptor again. There's no way they let the Sculptor out again, right? No way. Cannot. Yeah, for the other matches, right, I'll probably try to look into dissecting them as well. Like the earlier one, AL team versus GR team, that almost every game was so worthwhile to be dissected. So I'm definitely looking forward to analyzing that particular matchup. Okay, let's check it out, guys. Well, at this point of time, why not we just enjoy the game? Just enjoy the game. Let's just hope that green ping for Sprinzer, alright? Let's just hope green ping for Sprinzer. I'm not necessarily supporting either team. I just want a good game. Because in my eyes, both Sprinzer and Afu, I absolutely adore their hunter playstyle. So please, green ping, alright, green ping for Sprinzer. Put up a good show for us. Put up a good show for us, dude. Every one of eSport players here, all so young. So much potential, you know, I'm envious. And the stage is set. I wonder if they really have to play with the cable plug-in. Because personally, I don't like to play with my phone having a plug. Feels like it's disrupting the hand. And one thing I felt, well, maybe it's just a setup, right? Because you see the survivor team, the survivors are always seated together and they have open communication, right? I wonder if it would be different if all the 4 survivors just seated far apart and then they couldn't have voice communication to each other. I think that would be a quite interesting change. Let them just use the in-game quick messages. I think that would throw another layer of difficulty into the game. Oh, but then again, for China Identity 5, if I'm not mistaken, they have the in-game communication by default. And we're still waiting. Sprinzer's sculptor, I can't recall, but I just recall that his Mary and his Robbie is very good. But then again, at this map, and because right now XROCK is having such a huge advantage in terms of points, they may pick a tough man lineup in which they don't necessarily need to pick fast decoders. They just need to pick survivors with high kiting ability, so such as mercenary, forward, gravekeeper, warling, priestess too, but I don't think priestess is any good in this map. So for Sprinzer, definitely ban. I would ban mercenary and forward, and maybe or warling. Banning mechanic and forward. I don't think Cypher Rush is the least of your worries here, man. Barmaid, yeah. Okay, this lineup we know already. This is their backup lineup by XROCK. We have coordinator, we have Barmaid, and this one actually will be able to what do you call that? Fight against Mary quite well. Maybe because banning Dream Witch already, so maybe was expecting to go against Mary. I just can't recall whether Sprinzer's Sculptor is good enough or not. So if he's good with Sculptor, so I apologize if that is not within my knowledge. So we see here YJJ using Barmaid, Sexy using Mercenary, T is here, and Billy with Coordinator. Yeah, because Billy's forward got banned. Because otherwise, I would expect Sexy to bring with the Coordinator instead. Sexy's Coordinator gun is very good. It's the subtlety of it is one to be commended. I enjoy watching him using Coordinator. I think for this lineup from XROCK, maybe, okay, I say a lot of maybes there because I also have a lot of doubt. But I think maybe would give a chance to Sprinzer. Or Sprinzer using Sculptor, right? T was here, right? YJJ is Barmaid. Sculptor. Banning. Back forward. This lineup. Because Seer plus Barmaid, right, is quite a combination. Because if Barmaid here is definitely the kiter. I think Barmaid and Billy would bait for a kite. We'll try to bait for a kite. And then if Barmaid managed to bait for a kite, then can consume a drink, and then Billy, Seer's Owl can give the protection until the healing period is up. This spawn point is not favorable.
是直奔大房而去。
Okay, that's definitely found someone already.
对，现在大房这个位置。
I think that's coordinator. Yeah, coordinator. Finding coordinator first here. Depending whether he brought confined space or not. Let's see here. Yep, brought confined space. So coordinator, if might still able to round for a bit, but running out in the open, I felt Billy is not a good. It would not be a good first chase target. See, look at that. He's really well aware that the statue will be placed there, and placing an owl, still alright. So Sprinzer brought Blink. Blink here, you can pretty much hit anyone that you want. Coming to the happy corner. Well, for China players, this is the happy corner. Because if you go down here, then not much disruption that the hunter is able to do to outside. And because Billy is still at full health here, she Oh no! I think the statue ate the flagon. Billy's flagon is not that well after all. But we see the outside the cipher progress is actually quite done already. And even if you are able to chair coordinator here, because coordinator has a 10% chair time, and that may not be favorable. And this compounded by the fact that even if basement is here, compounded by the fact that XROCK team just need a tie or just need one out, so they may actually just sell here. We see here. We see here, Mercenary is already coming near just to trigger the Thanatos. Unlikely will save. And here YJJ, Barmaid